Three dental AI vendors, three very different buyers. Here's how to tell which one is yours. Hey everyone, welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're cutting through the hype to bring you a clear, honest, and entirely sourced comparison for all you DSO buyers and dental practice owners out there. We are looking at three massive heavy hitters in the 2026 market: SuperMIA, IntelePeer, and Viva.
So why is literally every DSO and practice leader suddenly obsessing over these platforms right now? Well, in 2026, we're dealing with a true front desk burnout crisis. I mean, front desk staff are basically playing extreme whack-a-mole, right? They've got 3 ringing phones, a totally glowing inbox, overflowing appointment queues, and rising no-show rates. It's just a lot. They desperately need tools to handle patient communication across voice, chat, SMS, the whole shebang. Now, from the outside looking in, SuperMIA, IntelePeer, and Viva might all look like pretty much the same thing. But under the hood, wow, they're solving these exact operational headaches for entirely different operating models. Let's break them down.
Section 1. SuperMIA, the cross-channel platform. Based on their own published positioning, SuperMIA is built as an AI receptionist that doesn't just blindly answer phones. It actually handles real patient conversations and automates those front desk workflows completely seamlessly across multiple channels. Basically, it acts as a single, unified layer for both voice and chat agents. So this is likely going to be your absolute strongest bet if you want an AI agent that can juggle appointment booking, follow-ups, and reminders all in one neat package. Looking into their published capabilities, SuperMIA boasts support for over 40 languages, which is huge, and they highlight a really fast deployment window of roughly 48 hours. But what really stands out here is the pricing. Instead of locking you into a fixed seat fee, they actually use a pay-per-task model. They also note direct integration with your practice management system. All of this makes SuperMIA highly suited for buyers who prioritize, getting up and running quickly, having flexible costs, and really leaning into cross-channel patient communication.
And just to put some real numbers to those features, here's a published outcome. According to their materials, a group called MediaBright Dental deployed SuperMIA and saw some pretty wild results. They reportedly slashed their no-shows down to just 5.8%, filled 94% of their appointment slots, and ultimately grew their revenue by a massive 57%.
Section 2. IntelePeer, the enterprise option. Now what's really interesting is the massive shift in scale with our next vendor. IntelePeer isn't just a dental tool. It's a broad healthcare and enterprise infrastructure choice. It is literally built on a carrier-grade communications platform. What that means for you is that IntelePeer is really best suited for an IT-led buying process. If your team is out there evaluating cloud calling, contact center infrastructure, or massive business phone systems, well, this is the league you're playing in. It's absolutely not just a quick fix for the front desk.
And their published features totally reflect that massive scale. They support voice, SMS, and email, sure, but they also highlight deep revenue cycle workflows. Because of how complex their system is, deployment is typically quoted in weeks, not hours. And as for pricing, you won't find it listed on their site. It requires a custom enterprise quote. So IntelePeer is really geared toward large DSOs that need strict, carrier-grade telephony governance and really comprehensive contact center capabilities. To really give you a sense of that scale, IntelePeer actually shares some self-reported enterprise figures. They note that one of their clients, 42 North Intel, automates over 100,000 calls a single month using their platform, and they're collecting over $7 million through it. I mean, that is the literal definition of enterprise volume, right?
Section 3. Viva, the dental-only all-in-one.
Viva positioned itself entirely differently than the other two. It is strictly 100% dental only. Their published goal is to act as an all-in-one platform that essentially replaces 3 to 4 separate front office tools all at once. So we're talking serving as the receptionist, the office manager, and the optimizer. Their absolute focus is squarely on patient engagement and front office communication workflows specifically designed for dental and healthcare practices.
Looking at their published capabilities, Viva claims support for over 100 languages with auto detection, which is honestly pretty incredible. They handle both inbound call management and outbound patient reactivation. Plus, they publicly list strong compliance with SOC 2 Type 2 and HIPAA. They also offer per-location branded agents. So, for buyers out there who really just want predictability, Viva aims to completely replace a fragmented, messy tech stack with one clean central dashboard and totally transparent pricing.
In terms of published proof, Viva cites a case study with Soothing Dental. According to Viva, their platform generated $30,877 in production in just 30 days. And they did that simply by catching missed calls and preventing 0 missed opportunities out of nearly 2,000 calls. That's a real game changer. Section 4. The Buyer Decision Framework.
So what does this all actually mean for you? This breakdown lays out exactly who should choose which vendor based on your primary needs and practice size. It's pretty straightforward. Choose Viva if your main need is patient engagement and communication workflows, and you're running a solo or small 1 to 2 location practice. It's a fantastic all-in-one start. Now, choose SuperMIA if you're a small to mid-sized group and your absolute priority is fast deployment of voice and chat automation to stop missing out on those booking opportunities. And lastly, choose IntelePeer if you are an enterprise DSO with 50+ sites and you really need a carrier-grade broad communications infrastructure.
And this brilliantly illustrates just how differently these vendors approach the total cost of ownership. Viva gives you incredibly transparent public tiers, starting at a $349 level. SuperMIA just strips away the fixed seat fee entirely in favor of a pay-per-task usage model. And then IntelePeer uses a custom quote model, which makes total sense for enterprise-scale deployments. The level of transparency here varies widely, and honestly, that in itself is a huge decision factor for buyers.
Section 5. Buyer Warning. Look past the word AI.
Look, in 2026, literally every piece of software out there claims to be AI. Do not compare these vendors based on buzzwords. Just don't do it. Instead, use these actual criteria as your checklist. Demand to see exactly what channels they support and what workflows are genuinely automated. Can the AI actually take action? Like, can it physically book an appointment in your system, or does it just respond with a generic text message? What are their true practice management system write-back integrations? How well do they actually fit your specific dental operations? And what is the real total cost model when all is said and done? You've got to look under the hood.
Which brings us to our absolute final takeaway. The best vendor is not the one with the most AI language on their website. It is the one that matches your operating model. Really think about your practice management system, your daily call volume, and your team's workflow, and let that drive your choice. Because ultimately, if your front desk is drowning today, can you really afford to wait until tomorrow to throw them a lifeline? For the full source comparison, check the blog link below, and if you want to see how a dental AI receptionist works in practice, visit /AI-dental-assistant.